Finally, after collecting all the loose change from inside the couch cushions and the laundry, I got enough money to get myself a kayak. And for its first voyage, I wanted to go somewhere where there's nice open water, not a lot of wind, so and that also opens at 6 a.m. because I wanted to get out early because it's been hot. It's been really freaking hot. So I ended up going with Wichita South Lake. I was going to go to O.J. Watson Park, but it doesn't open till 8. And I just want to follow the rules, you know what I mean? So I went to Wichita South Lake. So this video is going to be about that adventure. I'm going to tell you now, I did not catch a whole lot of fish, and I'm pretty sure we'll pull up the ranking of my ranking list. I'm pretty sure Wichita South Lake was kind of in the only catches one category. I could be wrong, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. Not bad. We're going into not bad with that one. But yeah, it's tough to catch. There's a lot of fish out here. It's hard to catch them though. And I thought having a kayak was going to give me a hand up, but it didn't really. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about the kayak I had. We're going to tell you about the adventure. I'm going to show you guys an interaction I had with a fan.
Yeah, that's me.
As soon as I got to the lake, even though it was pitch black dark, there are going to be some dark scenes in the beginning of this because it was very early. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm absolutely ecstatic for having a kayak now that opens up crazy opportunities to go back to Butler, back to Severy Lake, anything out like in Eureka area, anything south of here like Winfield and all it. Tons of videos to come, dude. Tons. So strap in. I will mention one more thing before we get started. I recorded all this footage and I was so stoked and so excited and so in shock and so having no idea what I was doing that I did not talk for any of it. So I'm going to be doing voiceover for the majority of this video. So yeah, there's that too. Be sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing if you're not, and let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so I got out here at 5 a.m. to get this kayak set on this top rack, which, mind you, I just woke up. This thing is 67 pounds. I ended up going with the Pelican Catch 120 Classic. And the reason being, I really wanted a Perception Outlaw, but it was going to cost me about $900. And I learned that Shields does price matching with online. So I pretty much went to Shields and I just started looking up the kayaks that would suit me. And this one was on the shelf for $700, and I found it online for $549, and I'm not even kidding you, they matched the price. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, it's 67 pounds. It wasn't too bad to get up there the first time, but after I got it up there, took it down at the lake, and then put it back up there at the lake, and then got home to take it off again and put it back in the garage, by the fourth time, I was pretty toast. So it could have been heavier. Maybe it's got like some water or sand in it after my trip. But tying this thing down is going to be an interesting feat. So I do have the J-hooks. I've got one side for driver's side, one side for the passenger whenever I end up getting my son one. But yeah, so we tie these things down with these cam straps, which I'm not extremely faithful in. You know, I've tied a lot of stuff down in the past with the ratchet straps, but obviously you're not able to use ratchet straps with kayaks because you'll end up crushing them, so that's a good idea. But yeah, as far as that goes, I just don't feel extremely what's the word, like like faithful in the cam strap thing. But essentially what I end up doing here is I strap it down on the front J-hook and the back J-hook, one cam strap a piece, and then I take some rope and I wrap it around the front handle and essentially attach it to the hood of the car. I did just get some hood straps in the mail that clamp down inside of your hood that make it easier to attach these things bow and stern to the front and back of the car. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Yeah, that's me. No shit. Yeah, I just got this Tim.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
You too, man. Yeah, I just dove into my credit card debt to get me a kayak now, so
That's what's up.
yeah, this is the first, this is my first maiden voyage.
Well, man, I wish you luck, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Somebody else already out there.
Yeah, he beat me to it. No, that's cool, dude.
I was gonna try off around the probably at the dock or something for a little bit.
Yeah,
Had to sneak out for the wife caught me.
there you go. Yeah, same. Yeah, where I mean, The only places I've ever caught them out here is in that far back left corner.
Yeah, I seen somebody with some flashlights on it up there a little bit ago when I pulled in, so
Yep.
I think I'll probably just walk around this side over here, probably check it out. See what happens.
Hope you get on a hog. There's some big ones out here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep. See you, buddy.
So I totally enjoyed that interaction with Dwayne. It was nice to meet you, man. If you're watching this video, that was pretty freaking cool of you to just jump out there and say hi to me. That's awesome. If you guys ever see me out and about, definitely feel free to do the same thing. Absolutely. So Wichita South Lake does have this boat ramp. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is a really freaking bad idea here in a second. Actually, I'm just going to show you. But shout out to Marco for being the freaking goat. He hooked me up with a anchor. He hooked me up with some wheels for this thing, a little dolly cart, even though this dolly cart fell apart like 15 times between the car and the boat ramp. I ended up making it work, but got it down here. I saw another guy at launch on the beach, and I was just like, I wonder why he did that. But you'll find out why here in just a second. More or less, I didn't have a dry bag with me, so I just brought my backpack and stuffed it in the dry compartment with my first aid kit, my air horn, and all that good stuff. Marco also gave me a life jacket and a pole that you stick through the plug holes, but apparently my plug holes are too small because the pole didn't fit like as an anchor system or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, shout out to Marco. He's freaking awesome for hooking me up with all this stuff. But went back to put the wheels back into the water, and then this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. All right, pause. So this boat dock is more slippery than the slipperiest ice you've ever stepped on in your life. So I was gonna try to sit down and see if I can inch my way into this thing. You know, this is my first time ever getting in a kayak, so this was all a complete learning experience. I thought going on the dock was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a great idea. But no, as you're about to see, I went straight chin deep in the water, and this dock, this water, this area, I mean, it goes 1-2 feet out from the dock. You can't touch the ground. So it's just, I went straight into GoPro underwater mode.
Well, that's one way to do it. All right. Well,
at this point, another kayaker seen me struggling, the guy that I saw put in on the beach, and he's like, oh yeah, that dock's pretty slippery. But shout out to Matt, I believe was his name. He came over and helped me out, get back out of the water and got me onto the kayak, and
it sure the fuck is.
got this adventure started.
All right. Well, we're on the water. That's the hard part, I guess.
So once I finally got onto this thing, it wasn't really too bad. The balance was all right. You know, it's a little bit harder to get used to just initially, but you know, I did kind of learn that, especially today and this morning, that just balancing on this kayak is engaging your core like a ton, dude. Like my stomach was just like the whole time, which is great because, you know, for those of you that have been following along, I've been losing a ton of weight this summer, and that was one of the real big reasons that I wanted a kayak, was for more of like a full body workout, all outside of, you know, my legs or whatever. But my legs get plenty with all the bank fishing that I do and will still be doing. But yeah, paddling was pretty easy. I did get like a $80 paddle. They didn't have a ton of options. It was like 40, 80, or like 160. So with the money I saved on the kayak, I figured, yeah, you know, why not? Let's just get a nicer paddle. So I went with a good Pelican one. And yeah, so here I start throwing my first line in, trying to figure out how to stop. This thing actually gets up and goes, and I'll show you in a little bit, where I just like go ham paddling, trying to, you know, go as fast as I could go, and it actually gets going pretty good, man. It's kind of hard to stop too. Now, one thing I did notice with all the research I did previous to buying this, like some kayaks kind of, when you're pointing it in a certain direction, it'll stay true to where you're pointing it at. This one tends to kind of drift a little bit, like it's kind of hard to get it to either stop or stay still. I didn't use the anchor at all. I didn't really know how to do that just yet, so I just kind of was trying to stay in place as much as I could. There was like almost no wind, so it was pretty chill, at least early on it was. But yeah, anyway, I'm just throwing a jig with a crawl trailer on it pretty much the whole time. Well, I successfully got back in. I set the seat to the high position. Actually seems better this way. Hurts my back less. So yeah, this kayak has a high position for the seat and a low position. So I started out like most of the first hour in the low position, and then I pulled over here in this little spot. And I also found out this is the only way you can even access the dry compartment up there. So my batteries and my phone and everything else is up front in that compartment in my backpack. And there's absolutely no humanly way possible that I personally can reach that thing without getting out of this kayak. And also another thing is, you know, people stand up on these things, and I have no clue how the heck I will ever do that. Maybe if I lose another 100 pounds or something, but yeah, so yeah, we're sitting in the higher position now. It's a little bit more easy to wobble. Like I can definitely feel like if I shake a little too much, I might flip. So this position I actually did not end up liking as much as I liked the low, just because it felt safer and, you know, a little bit less tippy, I guess. But let me know, because I know the scupper holes on this thing are made to help water get out of the kayak, but apparently you can get plugs to plug them so water doesn't come in. One thing I did notice is a lot of water kept getting in, like an inch of water through those holes. So and that could just be a weight capacity thing. So let me know if I should get like plugs for those and how beneficial that is. Well, you can see here I'm trying to like test the wobble of the thing, and yeah, I ended up really not liking it. I got out at the next place and set it back down to the lower setting. Now, as a bank fisherman, I've got a lot of lures stuck in trees that I could not reach, and I found out that the ROI, return on investment, of buying a kayak is going to be easy to get my money back on, because looky here, I found a perfectly good $25 Whopper Plopper that I end up using later in the video, just because I was like, well, hell, I might as well use it. But yeah, that's a good $20 Whopper Plopper right there, man. Just found her hanging in a tree, and I'm sure that's not going to be the last thing that I find dangling in a tree. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So at this point, I'd been here for about 2 hours. I'd made my rounds around the entire lake, and I figured, you know what, I'm still not done yet. I still got a little bit of time before I really need to leave, and it didn't feel too bad out. So I took a little break here. I had to get in my dry box to change battery, check my phone. Yeah, you can see here I end up hopping back into it, which actually, once I got the hang of it, I got in and out of it about 10 times while I was here. I did end up breaking my seat, which I'm currently talking to some people in the Wichita Kayak forum on Facebook about how I go about getting this thing fixed. You can see that strap right there on the far side is broken. There's a strap that goes from the bottom of the bottom seat to the top of the top seat on both sides that keeps the back from going backwards, but that strap broke immediately when I sat on it the first time. So yeah, so that was pretty uncomfortable, just trying to tighten everything up, see if I can get it a little bit more comfy. But yeah, you'll be able to hear me get up in this thing. Essentially, I just try and swing my right leg all the way over to the other side first, and then just kind of pull myself up in there. Not nearly as bad as the first time I tried to get in. But, yeah, that's it. And we're back on the water, and I finally get to catch my first fish after a couple hours here. fish on finally. There we go, 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 there we go. First kayak fish. There he is, right there. There he is. We're recording, right? Yep. Hell yeah. There we go. No skunky for me. Heck yeah. Oh, balls. I've always tried to catch a fish like this when you throw it out and it gets kind of stuck in a tree, but it's like dangling in the water a little bit. And I laughed my butt off because a fish jumped up and grabbed this thing, and I thought this was the one.
I'm gonna go around you if that's cool. On anything yet?
I got one earlier out on that little island there by that barrel.
Yeah.
By that bucket on a little spook.
Oh yeah?
And I had one hit like basically a bigger version of the spook over here earlier, but this is a little guy, he came off. It's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I had 3 take it and spit it out, and then I just got one right over there, a little 1.5 pounder.
So a little swim jig.
Yeah, just a football jig, dragging it on the ground.
It's been kind of slow.
Yeah, no doubt. That's my first time ever on the water, so I'm enjoying it no matter what.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up fishing for like another good 2 hours. So it was about 10:45 by the time I got out of here and got loaded up. But all in all, I had a fantastic time. Like I said, I was pretty much in shock and just like totally locked in on learning this brand new thing. And here's some footage of me actually like kicking up some waves. We're going so fast, dude. Wrist is starting to hurt. Shake it off a little bit there. But yeah, heading out. It's freaking awesome. I can't wait to get some more experience on this thing, and just with loading it and unloading it, as well as fishing in it and getting up and getting around on it a little bit, because not being able to access that compartment in the front just because of my restrictions from being a chunky boy kind of sucked. But yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And this morning I woke up and my arms and shoulders and chest and core and butt and everything hurt in a very good kind of way. So yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Excited for this adventure. If you got any tips or tricks or anything at all, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.